right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy. It is Sunday evening. Hope everyone had a great weekend and getting ready for a great start to your week. Hopefully, and you also got to watch some Major League Baseball. And we're going to talk about how our last charity challenge went on Saturday. Maybe a little bit of how things went today. The one we're looking to for tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going to hit it. And then, and also in there, I do have a new collectible that I got to share with you because I just got it the other day. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. So if you're watching the video, go ahead and like it. And if you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. So we did the charity challenge for the Saturday games. This was oh my gosh, we really went out on a limb on this one. I kind of overdid it, I think. We had 5 games, and a lot of them were underdogs, or a few of them were underdogs. $10 was going to pay $554. So that would have been a great payoff. And then I was going to pocket $54 and $500 we were going to give to charity. Well, guess what? It didn't work out. And yeah, we kind of overdid it. I think I overextended myself there. So we'll run through it real quick. We had the Yankees winning, which they did that. They took care of their part there. We had the Angels beating the Marlins, and look at that. Yeah, it wasn't even close. So immediately I knew it was over. We had the Mets winning. They got destroyed, so that was bad. But we did finish. No, actually, I didn't even finish the evening strong. Had the Diamondbacks winning, and they actually went into extra innings, but they couldn't score those runs. Lost, so it didn't matter there. But we did come away with 2 of 3. We got the Tampa Bay Rays beating the Mariners there, so it was a good try, but I realized way overextended. So that was really tough there. But you know what? It happens. I get that. So, but here's the thing. I'll show you. I have a stat here. So over the last 2 days, so yesterday and today, Saturday and Sunday, the favorites that were picked by Vegas or whoever puts the numbers out won 10 of the let's see. Saturday they won 10 of the 15 games. Today they've won 10 of 4, and I think the Padres are winning right now over the Astros, and the Padres are favorites. So if they win, it would actually be 11-4 today. So 10-5 Saturday, 11-4 today. So which is right, it tells you okay, the favorites win all the time. But here are some of the underdogs that won yesterday that shouldn't have won. And this is why I tell you, got to be on the lookout for those because that's where you make a little bit of the dinero. So on Saturday, the Red Sox were coming off of a 6 or 7 game winning streak, and the A's beat them in Boston. That was not supposed to happen. So another one, Phillies playing pretty strong, playing the Toronto Blue Jays in Philly. Toronto beat them. Of all the teams, the Kansas City Royals, that's who everybody beats up on, were playing the red hot Chicago Cubs in Chicago, and the Cubs lost. So, and then Colorado, who, yeah, they usually don't win, playing a pretty good St. Louis Cardinals team, beat the Cardinals. So it wasn't so much that the underdogs, that the favorites won quite a bit. It was which underdogs won, and it was the ones that were really that were high or big underdogs. The A's, that one would have paid the most. It was plus 250, maybe close to that. So anything you paid would have pretty much 4 times your money there. So yeah, so that'd be pretty good there. Today's games, same thing, right? It was the underdogs did lose most of their games, but who won? The A's beat Boston again. Wow, that was crazy. 2 games in a row at Boston. And then the Diamondbacks actually, they took the lead quick, stayed and held it against the Dodgers. So, you know, it's not always what teams win. It's, you know, it's not always like what teams are picked to win. It's the ones that are picked to win and they lose. That's the ones where you can make them money. So anyway, just thought I'd do that. So we're going to try something a little different this week. But before I get into this week's stuff, I got to show you this. Hopefully this comes out well. I got a collectible that I just got. Check this out. If you can see, that's Batman, right? He's kind of red. He's not supposed to be red, but I think they're just trying to do a color scheme there. And that is a little piece of gold, uh, solid gold that makes it a collectible there. So you got the little superhero. Let me see. See, it came in this thing. So that's just showing you what it looks like. But so it came in this. It's a little card that's not silver or anything, but it has gold on it. So to me, that's number one. It's a collectible, but also it's an asset. Like assets are things you buy that will increase in value over time, right? Some people call your house an asset. So, things you buy like Corvettes and probably like big trucks or assets because they seem to hold their value quite a bit, and some even do pretty well over the next 4 or 5 years. But gold is an asset, silver is an asset, stocks are assets. So things that you can buy that will increase value. That's what I look at this as. Not only do I love buying silver and gold just to kind of collect stuff, I love to buy it in the Marvel and the DC stuff, but hoping someday it actually is worth quite a bit of money. It didn't pay a ton for that, so wasn't didn't break the bank, and hopefully it'll increase in value. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. Let's jump into tomorrow's games. I got, let's see, 4 games that I want to go over with you that I'm going to pick. We're going to parlay these games and see how they do. So let's jump in. We're going to start off with the Rangers. So Rangers are traveling to LA to play the Angels. Rangers are pitching Gore tomorrow, 4.55 ERA. Wow, I actually had Quantrill. So that was crazy that they just changed this on me as I'm doing this. Do I have that the right? Yeah, I do. Okay. The Angels are pitching Detmers. Gore, 4.55 ERA. Detmers, 4.12 ERA. You see here the Rangers are favored. So, slight favor there. Little dog there for the Angels, plus 102. Let's see. They've both given up about 10 to 11 runs over their last 5 games. So not a ton, a couple of runs per game. Not too bad. But the Angels, Detmers they have lost his last 5 starts. He lost to Baltimore, Houston, Seattle, Detroit, and guess who? Texas. So we look at the schedule here. Texas was on a roll. I think they had won 4 or 5 in a row. They did lose to Baltimore today, but you know what? You're going to have bumps in the road. Nobody's going undefeated here. So I'm okay with that. But just looking at the Angels, the other hand, they do okay, but they're on a 2-game losing streak. I'm going to say it's a 3-game losing streak because they are going to lose tomorrow to the Rangers. That'll be our first pick there. Let's see here. We got the Mets. Well, I don't know why I keep going to the Mets, but for some reason, so you got the Mets going to Atlanta. The Mets pitching Scott, 3.15 ERA, and the Braves pitching Elder, 3.69 ERA. They've given up 7 and 8 runs respectively in their last 5 games, so not too bad. Their last couple starts pretty good. They go 6 innings and they give up 1 run. They've won their games pretty well over the last 5 games, but the Mets have actually won 4 of their last 5 games. They had a little hiccup there, a 9-0 drubbing right against Pitt, the Pirates, but they came back strong, did well. The Braves, I know they won today. It was a close one there, but they should have done better, but they've been beaten up by the Yankees, a Yankees team that does not have Judge. So for that reason, and let's see. So this one's a dog. So Atlanta's minus 157. The Mets are plus 130. I don't know. I just don't. I have a feeling that this game, the Mets could actually come through and win this game. So we're going to stick the Mets on our second game there, because there will be underdogs that win. I don't know who it's going to be. Sometimes it's 4 or 5. Sometimes it's 8 or 9. And I think they only have 8 games tomorrow. So it could be 4 to 5 tomorrow. So somebody's going to win. Some underdog's going to win. Let's see if it's those guys. So then we got Philly traveling to St. Louis. Philly is pitching Painter, 6.48 ERA. The Cardinals are pitching Dobbins, 3.60 ERA. Now, Phillies Painter has given up 20 runs in his last 5 games. That's 4 a game there. Cardinals pitcher Dobbins has only given up 12, so just a little over 2. They've lost Painter's last 5 starts. Did he lose to the Cardinals? No, he's lost to Washington, Baltimore, Miami, Milwaukee, and the White Sox. Cardinals, Dobbins didn't do that much better, right? But what they've done recently, so let's look at that. The Phillies, they did win today. It was a tough one. They actually should have lost. They had Toronto down by 4 runs. Toronto came back to tie it, took the lead. The Phillies did score in the bottom half of one of the extra innings, and then they won it in the 12th. But you see, they've been struggling a little bit there. Over the last 4 games, the Cardinals I think they found their stride there. At least for tomorrow, they will. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. Had a little slip up there against Colorado, but got back on track today. So I feel like the Cardinals, you see how close this is. Look at this: Philly minus 109. St. Louis minus 111. So super close. Nobody knows what it's going to be. I give the slight edge to the Cardinals, not only that they've won more games over the last 4 games recently, but they're also at home. So let's give them that one. And their pitcher has given up less runs over his last 5 games. So for that reason, we are going Cardinals tomorrow as our number 3 pick. And then number 4, good old Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's been pretty good to us here. They've been an underdog playing against the Mariners, and they've come out on top all 3 games. Yes, all 3 games. So they were actually a savior for us there. They go to Oakland, right, where they are a slight, they're a pretty good favorite. Rays are pitching Peralta, 5.37 ERA. A's are pitching Lopez, 5.64 ERA. Now, the Rays pitcher has given up more runs, 19 runs over his last 5 games. And A's pitcher's only given up 5, so that's not good. But let's look here at the important score. Maybe it's not that important. It is important to me, I guess. Tampa Bay, over the last 5 games, they've won their last 5 games. Actually, it might be 6 or 7. And they've won pretty well. I mean, these are defensive battles. They're not scoring a whole ton, but they're holding people down. And I think when your pitching's doing well, good pitching, there's a saying that says good pitching beats good hitting. I think that's what you see here. 1, 2, 1, 0. Like, that's what that is. A's, on the other hand, they were struggling. They did win their last 2 games against the against the Red Sox. But I think it was kind of they had a few good games, and Boston had a few bad games. So we are going to go Tampa Bay tomorrow. Tampa Bay is minus 162. A's are plus 134. So we're going Tampa Bay. So we'll recap it here. We got the Rangers, we got the Mets, we've got the Cardinals, and then we got the Rays. So a $10 bet for those 4 teams to parlay wins $127. When that happens, you hear me say when that happens, I will pocket the $27 so I can live to continue to do this another day. And then the $100 we will give to a charity of either my choice or if someone comments, maybe their choice, or we'll split it up and, split it between a few charities. But that's the goal there. So hopefully you get to watch some of these games. Keep an eye on them. Let's see how they do. These will be later games, so I'll probably watch them, and I'll be going crazy because when I can watch them, then I struggle. Like, oh my God, I'm like, yeah, I changed like the weather, Yay! Oh man, yay! Oh, so anyway, have a great one. Hope you have a great start to your week tomorrow. Hopefully, you get to watch some baseball. We will be on the lookout next week. There should be a football because, believe it or not, NFL football is out, and so we should have a football show prepping for the start of the season for college and pro. So be on the lookout for that. But if you do decide to bet on baseball tomorrow, I hope you win a ton of money. So have a great one, and we'll see you next time.